All right, last time we left off in the middle of section 1.5, well, toward the end even, and we had just a couple more ideas to discuss, one idea specifically, and then a review problem for it, or a problem for that. There it was. The idea that we're going to discuss is the discriminant. The discriminant is actually the portion of the quadratic formula that's underneath the radical, b squared minus 4ac. And there's three possible outcomes when you have that discriminant value. If that discriminant value is positive, then there are two real solutions. If the discriminant value is equal to 0, there's one real solution. And if the discriminant value is negative, there are there are 0 real solutions. There are 2 imaginary solutions.
If it's negative, it has one solution?
If it's negative, that's the third one on there. It has 0 real solutions, and it has 2 imaginary solutions. And after you fill those in, I'll flip back the screen to the last problem that we did because it was an example of the third one. So this one right here is the one we did last time. The discriminant, the part that's underneath the radical right here, ended up being negative 16. So that means there's no real solutions. I ended up with 2 solutions that both have i's in them. I have 3 plus 2i and 3 minus 2i. So if you're not asked to actually find the solutions, and you're just asked how many and what type they are, then you don't need to do the whole problem. You just need to do the discriminant portion of the problem. And that's exactly what happens on problem number 5. It says how many and of what type solutions does the following have? Yep.
2102.
2102. And remember, there are slide notes printed online if you want to print those out. You don't have to, but they're available to you if you'd like. Okay, so if we're looking just for the discriminant, all we're actually calculating then is b squared minus 4ac. But it means I need to know what a, b, and c are. So what is a in this problem? 3. What's b?
7.
Negative 7. And c? 3. Is everybody good for those values? So if we're calculating b squared minus 4ac, b is negative 7, so that's negative 7 squared, minus 4 times a is 3, and c is 3. What's negative 7 squared? 49. I have 3 numbers. One of them is negative, so I've got a negative. 4 times 3 is 12 times another 3 would be 36. And then 49 minus 36 is 13. The important part, of course, is the sign. This value is greater than 0, right? So what kinds of solutions and how many are there?
2 real solutions.
There are 2 real solutions. That's all the discriminant questions are asking about.
Okay, well now if you
I just didn't have time to finish it. I just didn't have time,
And
so.
it's 2 because it's a positive number.
It's 2 because it's a positive number. There's only one case where it's 1, and that's when I actually get a 0 underneath the radical. And the reason that happens, just kind of to give you a sort of a background, is because that plus or minus ends up being irrelevant. If I have the square root of 0 and it's 0, then the plus or minus disappears. So that's why that's happening. So typically, you get 2 solutions. That is the norm. It's just usually it's 2 real or 2 imaginary. All right, any questions on that? All right.